Much needed financial relief for millions of Californians during the pandemic could expire at the end of the month. Housing advocates fear there could be 1 million people across the state who could be evicted if the moratorium ends in 9 days. But tonight there is hope for families here in the Valley that have been financially impacted by the pandemic. United Way of the Desert is providing up to $500 to eligible applicants through its COVID Relief Fund. I spoke today with the Director of External Affairs, Kristen Dolan. Kristen, first off, tell us about the COVID Fund.
Hi, Peter. Yes, we have our COVID-19 Recovery Fund where people all across the Coachella Valley can apply. The only thing is you need to be affected by COVID, which who hasn't been at this point? And you can get up to $500 for any bills that you might have outstanding, whether it's childcare, medical bills, car broke down and you needed to fix it, let us know about it, including utilities.
So this can be applied to a lot of different things, and $500 goes a long way for a lot of people.
It really does. It's something that, most Americans are at least one paycheck away from poverty. And we know that one emergency can really put a wrench into everything. And this pandemic has been one big emergency. So we know that there's a lot of people out there who need this funding, who can access this very easily by applying on our website and receiving up to $500 for it.
And I know United Way has done so much during the pandemic. How are things right now in our Valley?
It's still a struggle. There's still a lot of need. People are still trying to recover and get back on their feet. There's still the rental assistance fund that people can go to unitedlift.org and receive up to 12 months of back payment for their rent if they need it, including some money going forward, depending on eligibility. There's our water assistance program that we've seen a 500% increase in over the last year. The need is still so great. Just because we're not wearing masks anymore and we're not seeing those visible signs of the pandemic doesn't mean that everything has gone back to normal and that people are okay. There's still the struggle. People still need help.
I'm curious, is there a particular area of the Valley that you're seeing the greatest need?
I wish I could say there was one specific area. Of course, we do have pockets where there's more poverty that's always been there, but really it's very widespread. This pandemic has affected just so many lives, especially with shutting down, the hospitality industry, our hotel workers, tourism, there were so many different industries that were affected that it really did affect such a huge number of people that it really is hard to pin down one area versus another.
And I remember the last time we spoke several months ago, you had mentioned that there were people who were getting assistance who had never needed assistance their entire lives. Are you still seeing that?
Yes, it's still happening. And anybody who's ever needed to apply for assistance knows that the system is not easy. It's not an easy system to navigate, to know who to call or what to do, how to get referrals. And the pandemic was not the time to have it be a test run to see how this all works. So we're still seeing a lot of people entering the system for the first time, catching up on bills, finally getting those jobs, but realizing I still need just a little bit of help and really working on breaking down that stigma of needing help. There's no shame in asking for assistance. It's out here. Please utilize it.
You're so right. And from your perspective, Kristen, how long do you think it's going to take for things to sort of return to the way they were pre-pandemic?
I think it's going to take a very long time for us to see that, mainly with the moratoriums lifting on rents, places that people are renting. I know that landlords are already getting ready to write those eviction notices. We're going to see people being evicted who still haven't been able to pay their rent. And again, unitedlift.org, utilize that money. There's still people who haven't been able to pay their utilities. We're going to see shutoffs. We're going to see a new wave of need and struggle come to pass when these moratoriums start being lifted.
And how is United Way doing financially? I know obviously the need's never been greater, but as an organization, how are things?
I mean, we thankfully have made it through because of the support of our community, because everyone really does see how affected they've been, their neighbors have been, their family has been. The people we have seen giving the most are the people who are the closest to needing us. And that has been both heartbreaking and heartwarming. And just, I mean, our community is amazing. They know United Way. They know that we're out there fighting for them. And we really appreciate everything our community has done to not only keep us afloat and thriving, but to keep our community going and allowing us to help more and more people.
Well, keep up the incredible work you do each and every day. We appreciate your time, Kristen. Great to see you.
Thank you so much, Peter.